The law of love transmutes everything. It is a beautiful energy that transmutes all obstacles and makes everything harmony, whole, and in its right and perfect place. That's the activity of the law of love, which we can activate. When I was talking with Spirit this morning, and I don't want to get too complicated. Can I get complicated? I can't stop myself. I was asking God, okay, why is it that when we have a desire and we focus and it manifests, why is it that we need that break? Why do we feel like we need to take a break? And they were saying that when we focus our thoughts to manifest something new, and we act as if it's out there, the universe is going to bring it to us, outside of us. The universe is going to bring it to me. You see? I mean, we're having faith. But because we're not saying it's coming through me, it's coming through my chakras, it's coming through me, we don't own it. If we could, when we desire something, with our words, say, I am now moving the ethers, God my Father knows all my needs and my desires, and all that God is the fulfillment of every human being. I am choosing this experience. I am now aligning every thought within my body to achieve and receive this experience. Do you see the difference? Now it's not God out there bringing it to me, it's God bringing it through me and to me. But now who's participating? I am. And now, who feels fulfilled? I do. I'm fulfilled now because God and I have created. The thoughts moving, my thoughts allowed God love to move through me, and I am fulfilled as I receive the gift that returns to me. God, the fulfillment of every human being. God, the supplier of every desire. Saying yes to those desires and then owning that they are a part of you. Too complicated? I have about a third. All right. So, we've been affirming all this month that I'm an expression of God's love. Has it felt good? I am an expression of God's love. What if we affirm that with our presence and our emotions and our ability to accomplish and our heart? What if we said that not just Sunday morning as we're sitting in our chair, because we're going to listen to God now? We are prepared. But what if we said that right before we started our labors for the day? What if we said that right before we made the phone call in our work? What if we said, I am an expression of God's love? And then we picked up the phone, and then we did our task. How connected do you think we would feel with what we were doing? We would be allowing the love to move through all that we are expressing. And we're shifting our thoughts to mold the ethers of love. This year, our affirmation is, we are all having outrageous expectations of good. And we've said it almost every Sunday so far this year. We're having outrageous expectations of good. And I've told you why. Because outrageous things are going to happen whether you like it or not. And if you don't get your thoughts looking for good, anything's going to come to you, but it will be outrageous. So, consciously claiming outrageous expectations of good, now that which is good and outrageous will come to you. Do you see? How powerful are we directing our thoughts now?
Very.
Very powerful. How often do you think about that affirmation? Oh, we've got some. Oh, see, it takes every Sunday, honey. Every Sunday we're going to do this. Okay. So, I want to give you some thoughts. I am an expression of God's love. I do not withhold from myself any longer. Can you say that out loud? I am an expression of God's love. I do not withhold from myself
any longer.
How did that feel when you said that? Did you feel it vibrating down through your body?
Yeah.
All right. I am an expression of God's love. I am supported and fulfilled. I'm an expression of God's love. I am supported and fulfilled. How did that feel? Good. Jesus said as he made his exit, love one another as I have loved you, and love your neighbor as yourself. If you do not love yourself, how are you going to love your neighbor? How powerful are you when you talk to your neighbor and they're telling you of their dream and you say to them, oh, you can do it? Absolutely you can do it. While inside you're saying, oh, they can do it, I can't do it. How powerful are your words? They're empty. You cannot give what is not within. Love of self. Do you want your neighbor to succeed?
Yes.
I do. I want my neighbor to succeed. I need to want me to succeed if I want my neighbor to succeed. I need to love me if I want to be loved. Loving self. Very important. All right. If the love overcomes all obstacles, harmonizes and fulfills all things. If you are Christ, and the Christ is in you, and the Christ is that spark of divinity in your heart, it's not a religious act. You're animated, you're alive. Every baby born has a spark of divinity in their heart. It doesn't matter how that baby chooses to worship God. It's got that divinity, which we call the Christ. If the Christ is in you, that love is in you, and love harmonizes, overcomes all obstacles, and creates beautiful expressions, then the Christ in you overcomes all obstacles and can create beautiful expressions. How powerful is our opportunity on the earth plane? Easy, huh? All right, let's go with it. Just breathe and feel a beautiful column of light coming over you. And I want you just to rest in that light for a moment. Let all your thoughts go. Let all your thoughts go. Father, Mother God, we ask that your love move into every light around every person. Everyone who hears my words. And let them feel a great peace. And I want you to let your focus now go to your heart. And look at your life so far. And we're going to call it perfect. It is good. You have made no mistakes. You have done what you needed to do up until this moment. There is no error. But in this moment, there is choice. And I want you to let your heart just open. And breathe a breath of fresh air into your heart. Take a deep breath and breathe a breath of fresh air into your heart. I am ready to choose. I am ready to release ideas that keep me limited. And feel the beautiful light moving through you. And I want you to feel the love of God beginning to melt all the walls that held your desires from you. I no longer withhold from myself. I give myself the right to choose. Father, Mother God, we ask that your love move through us. We no longer withhold. We give ourselves the right to choose. Feel the walls melting. And as you just let your vision open, you may see energy move. You may feel it. You may actually see images of things waiting to be experienced. And as you see that or feel it, realize you don't have to do it all at one time. But now you get to choose. I can choose. Let your heart open and turn your heart to God, our Father, Mother God. The love that sustains each one. The love that fulfills every human being. My supply and support. I am open to greater good. I am open for my thoughts to mold that which would bless my soul. And just let the thoughts begin to open with hope and faith. They don't need to be defined at this point. My thoughts are filled with hope for better, and my thoughts are filled with faith that it will be. And as you do, feel the beautiful love of God moving through you, connecting, moving through all the chakras all the way down to your feet, feeling the energy of divine love. I am an expression of God's love, and I get to choose. Take a breath. And Father, Mother God, we thank you so much. We thank you for the healing, the awakening, for your truth. And we are ready to walk in awakened awareness. Hand in hand with you, your love and your will. And so, take a breath. How do y'all feel? Right. Love is a pretty marvelous thing.
Yeah.
So I want you to try to remember any affirmation that keeps you awake to molding the energies gently and lovingly for you and your fellow man this week. Can we do that? Gentle, loving molding of the energies for you and your fellow man. All right, say, "Hey God."